everyone, hi from BB Barn. Today Rocky's with us and we're going to learn how to trim a goat's hooves. So when we're trimming a goat's hooves, we use some clippers, little nippers that are very, very sharp, and they will cut your finger very easily, but it makes it easier to cut the excess off of the goat's hooves. So make sure you have a good sharp pair. They're actually more dangerous when they're not sharp because they can slip and poke you, but do be careful when you use these. Okay, so first thing we need to do is pick up our goat's foot. And as you can see underneath, the goat's foot is split. And I like to use my nippers to just kind of clean some of the dirt out if there's any dirt. And these are kind of like fingernails. So the part that hangs over is like the end of your fingernail that has no feeling. It doesn't hurt them. You can see here where all of this is just hanging over. So we just cut all that piece that's hanging over off. You can see, so we get some of the dirt out. We'll cut all that excess off, and you can see here where the end is a little bit hollow where it's hanging off of the bottom of the actual foot. So what I do is I will trim off the end piece and come back around to try to make it flat and even. We want to try to get a nice flat foot, but we don't want to cut too much into it because obviously, just like your fingernail, you get too close and it will bleed. So we don't want to do that to Rocky, do we? So there's one side, and then we'll get the other side. So we just again cut the excess that hangs over, and then this side over here, and cut that. And once we cut that, again, we have some on the tip, so we'll cut that off. Flatten it out. If there's any excess heel that hangs over, we can cut that down too a little bit. But again, we just have to remember that we can't cut too deep. We want these to be pretty flat and even, so they're not walking all crooked in there. Kind of like walking with your feet uneven. So once we get them nice and flat, I kind of look down the back to make sure they look nice and flat. And there it is. That's how we cut a goat's hooves. And I try to do that every couple months just to make sure they don't get overgrown and they stay healthy and we don't get thrush in their feet. And say bye, Rocky. Oh boy.